case of Brighton and Hove Albion were playing Liverpool in the FA Cup fourth round at home today. Thoroughly entertaining game from a neutral's point of view. It was end-to-end and open from the first whistle all the way to full time. It's finished 2-1 in favour of Brighton. There is some VAR controversy, and I'm actually surprised Liverpool have ended up with 11 players on the field. That Firbinho tackle on Evan Ferguson is a shocker. The fact that Ferguson does leave the field with assistance from the trainers, but not on a stretcher, I think is a good sign. It looks more like a bruised Achilles or just a sore leg, but that could have broken his ankle. That's a tackle from behind. They're not even close to winning the ball. Whether it's mistimed or intentional is irrelevant. Firbinho knows he's got away with one there, and that will be a debating point. The Harvey Elliot goal for Liverpool. Now, bear in mind, this has been open end-to-end, and we've had 2 goal line clearances. Lewis Dunk at one end, Trent Alexander-Arnold at the other. The Harvey Elliot goal is a well-taken finish. Could the goalkeeper done a little better? Possibly. But there's a VAR check. And this is where I do think Liverpool have got away with one there. In fact, they've got away with 2 key moments, possibly 3 in the game. There's 3 moments, I think, of controversy. Is it a deliberate handball? That's what they're checking for. I think it's accidental. I have seen them given, and that's the inconsistency with VAR. That's on Keita in the build-up. And the finish is brilliant. The interplay is brilliant to get the ball to Harvey Elliott, and both sides were very, very open defensively. But that VAR check, I've seen them given as handball, and that goal disallowed hypothetically in another game. That's the lack of consistency with VAR there. That's a 50-50 one. But the goal is well taken. But the lead doesn't last. Lewis Dunk, possibly with the... Did he mean the finish, or is he just, trying to get out of the way of the ball so Lamptey can score? Doesn't matter. It flicks in off his legs. Wrong foot's Alisson. Lamptey, that's a pile driver from distance, and that is actually on target if Lewis Dunk isn't there. Whether it gets through to the goal with the amount of players in the way and whether Alisson saves it or not is another thing. But if Lewis Dunk has meant that, that is the cheekiest finish from a centre-back you'll ever see. Fantastic build-up play. Liverpool don't clear the well-worked short corner. They don't clear their lines. They don't win the second phase. Brighton win the second phase, and ultimately they score. Lewis Dunk with his 2nd goal of the season. That was on 39 minutes. So I think a 1-1 tie at half-time is a fair reflection of how open and even the game was. It was very, very entertaining. The second half, Liverpool are more on top. The changes are made. Brighton are looking a little bit second best at times. Liverpool are piling on the pressure. They're clearly wanting to win the game in the 90 minutes, not go to replay. And Brighton are a little bit more passive defence, being forced back a little bit more. They're losing that midfield little battle. They have their moments on the counter-attack, which, again, Liverpool, looking very open. Brighton looking very open. The game was a bit tighter at times in the second half than the first, but the intensity level's still there. Then we have two missed calls by the referee. Konate or McAllister, when McAllister's clearly is a goal-scoring opportunity. Not even a foul given. Under the current remit of VAR, you can't go back and check that. But I thought when VAR was introduced, penalty calls, if it's dubious, offsides, and if it's a clear and obvious error, not even a free kick given. And in my opinion, that's a clear and obvious error because there's deliberate forearm to the back of the neck. The Liverpool players, Konate, saying, it's shoulder ref. McAllister needs treatment. Now, to me, that's a foul. Under the letter of the law, raising your arm against opponent in that kind of manner and making contact with the head is a foul. Hasn't been given. So Liverpool have got away with that one. That should have been at least a yellow card, in my personal opinion. The Firbinho late tackle on Evan Ferguson, however, that should have been a red, not a yellow. Could have broken his ankle. It's a tackle from behind. That automatically, should be raising a few question marks in the referee's head. Whilst Ferguson is receiving treatment, the VAR's checked in the background. It's just a yellow. That is a bad missed call by the officials, and that's that lack of consistency I'm talking about, because in another game, he's off. He knows he should have been sent off. I think Klopp probably on the bench knows, okay, they're checking it, I think we're going to be down to 10 men. Fabinho knows he should have seen it. His reaction straight away knows that is a bad one. His reaction whilst the player's receiving treatment, whilst he knows the check is ongoing, you can tell he knows he should have walked. The referee has decided from his viewpoint to give the decision. The VAR's let the referee down there. If the referee's made a slight error of judgment, the VAR should have helped him. But the VAR, in my opinion, that's the bad one. The Elliot goal with the possible handball, the Mitoma winner with the VAR check, that is again very tight. But if you've got to draw lines on a TV screen, I'm sorry, in my opinion, that is not clear and obvious. Now, it is onside, thankfully. Brighton win the game, and again, Liverpool not clearing their lines from a set play, not winning that second phase. But Mitoma does a bit of keepy uppy before, very similar to a Dennis Bergkamp goal, I think you'll find. Reminds me of Dennis Bergkamp with the control, the second phase of control and the finish. That is a Dennis Bergkamp-esque finish, just to get that one in there, because Dennis Bergkamp was, again, very right-footed, didn't really have a left foot, and his control just reminds me of Dennis Bergkamp 20-odd years ago. Brighton, I think, just deserve it. I think Liverpool, their season's unravelling. Brighton, I think, could actually possibly win the FA Cup this year and make a European spot with the way they're playing. Liverpool, their season's unravelling. It really is. I don't think they've got the balance of the team right. I think they haven't replaced some of the players that left. Some of the players they've brought in haven't fully settled yet, bedded in. I understand there's injuries. I understand key players are missing. Defensively, very, very open. And that midfield, they've got to refresh that midfield. And the way they were, when they were winning and doing really well, their midfield structure was completely different. I think losing Sadio Mane has been a big blow. Firmino, is he staying? Is he going? He's obviously out injured. Van Dijk's not playing. He's injured at the moment. So the balance of the squad and the balance of the starting lineup, has Klopp taken his team as far as he can? That's another question mark for another day. He is a manager under some pressure this season. But Brighton, Hove Albion continue to impress. And there's never a dull game between these two. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Please place your thoughts on the game in the comments section below. And I'll have some more content for you very, very soon.